Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video to showcase to students specifically how they should go about reviewing their work that is sent by their teacher and uploading it or correcting it and sending that back to their teacher. Alright, so today I am in a class or one of my classes, my EDPM class, and I am going through some documents with students. And I just have one of my students showing from her end because I'm not able to do that from my end. So I have to do it with one of my students. So I have here today Diedre-Ann and my other students. And she's just going to be showing from her end how she sees the documents once I make corrections to them. And then I'll show her how she should correct that to resend it to me. All right. So currently, Courtney, she would have seen a notification inside of her email. Now, once she sees a notification inside her email, she will open that email. So here, I would have sent to her a notice and an agenda. So she's going to open that and we'll see how she views it from her end. Okay. And please bear in mind that for us, we are using Google Classroom. All right. So now we see when she opens that document, the name of the document, it says your work. And then the document is their notice of a meeting. And then she can make her corrections to it and then resubmit. But before she clicks on that notice of a meeting button, below that, she would have seen any private comment that I would have said to her. All right. And here I said to her that she should what? Add her name and the name of the document in the header of the document. So when you get this information from your teachers, you should always look where the private comment is. Right? Because the teachers are also speaking to you from that end. All right. So I'm going to have her now click on the document. Okay. So this is what it looks like. However, as you can see, she's not able to see any comment that I have made because she's just viewing the document. The document is not fully opened. Now, I must say there are two ways that we can open this document for viewing. By default, we're seeing at the top of her screen, they're open with Google Docs. And then the other option is for her to download this document. All right. So we can go to the three dots to the far right as she's showing. And clicking on that, you will see open in new window. Let us do that first. So I'm going to have her select open in new window. And once it is open, you now realize that the corrections are shown on the document along with my markings. All right. But she cannot do anything to it from this window. So she will now have to download this document to Microsoft Word and make her adjustments. So she's downloading and here it is. So it's now opened in Microsoft Word and she can now make her adjustments to the document. It's a bit fine, but hopefully you can bear with us. You can see from your end. All right, she's zooming it up for us. All right, so there are a few corrections to be made. So seeing that this is her work and I would have made my comment to the right, she will just follow through with the corrections that I would have said to her. So I would have said to remove the full stops. So she is going through to do what her teacher would have said to her. All right. I think the other one says that these should be in double line spacing and should go immediately under the E, which is in for election. So she will make that adjustment now. All right. So to do that, she will have to press enter to get down to the next line. I'm seeing some of an objection there. All right. So she's managing well. All right. So you can leave that as is. You can leave that space there and do the others. Do not do it in that manner. I'm seeing where you are highlighting above number 5, that blank space for 4. So if you should do what you're doing, you're going to add an additional space to it. Please bear that in mind. Okay. So that was done. I'm seeing between the C and the 6, it looks a bit more than a double space. I don't know if you're seeing that from your end. Not there, but yeah. And the C and the 6, above the 6, it looks more like a triple space to me. Okay. All right, you can continue with your adjustments. I'm reading for you. It says put about 4 spaces between. And then the final correction says write out a full name. So she has C. Thomas. It says write out a full name. So she's making up stuff as she goes along for her document to now be correct. All right. Also, please bear in mind that you are asked to put your name on the document and the name of the document in the header. So that is now done with my correction. All right, but I will not have her. So what she's doing now, she should go to review. All right, so she's now going on the ribbon to review. And then she's going to reject, once she has made her corrections, reject and move to next for all the comments that I would have said to her to disappear. All right, so she's rejecting. And then once she has done all of that, so in her own time, she's going to add her name, etc. and send in her document. But after she has done all of that, then she's going to save this document and resubmit it in the classroom. But we're not going to go through that process with her in Microsoft Word. We're now going to go back to the document from her email. And we're going to look at it from the perspective now of Google Docs. So here we have the document again. All right, we're going to open it now with Google Docs to give other students who may open their document with Google Docs a different perspective as to how they should approach this. So that was one way. This is the other. Select Open with Google Docs. All right, so once it's opened with Google Docs, she will now carry out the instruction. Now, in Google Docs, it's a bit different. What she will now do is that she will click on my markings to the right and it will highlight what I would have said to her. Realize now that it is now in orange. Before it was darker. So that will tell her what my correction is. So I would have said to her to remove full stop. So she's going to go through and do what I said. All right. And once she has concluded that, she will now tick that check mark there and the comment will disappear. And she will go through and do that for everything. And bear in mind, she's making her correction to her SBA. All right. So I'm trying not to assist. I would have done the notations to her. So she should just go through and follow my instructions. All right. So she's tidying this up to resend it to me, for me to mark it, to send it back to her until she gets it right. So hopefully she follows through accordingly. All right. So she would have now made all the corrections. What next to be done? So if it was Microsoft Word, she will have to save the document and send it to me. But because it is Google Docs, it automatically saves the document. So she's now going to resubmit this to me. All right. So we're going back to the classroom. So she's going to hold on. So this is the same area that we would have started off with. So what she just did a while ago was to unsubmit, or she closed out that work that was there before. All right. So she would have closed it out because that was incorrect. The teacher would have said that you had corrections to be made. And I realized that there are sometimes students who do not do that. And so they would have resubmitted the correction along with the incorrect work, and a lot of confusion there when the teacher receives the documents. All right. So she would have now closed that out, and she's now going to select the resubmit button. Right. Above the resubmit, she's going to add the document first. All right. So because this was in Google Drive, I think she can go there and she will see the document that she just worked on, rather. Right. And it will be the most recent one. So she's going to select that and it will be attached as a Google document. and then she's going to select Resubmit and hand it in. All right, so that is how she would have done that from her end. And so as a teacher, right, I can now review her work. So I'm going to have Courtney stop sharing her screen, and then I will try to share mine to show you how that will look when I receive it. All right, so here I am in my class. All right, so Courtney just worked on the notice and agenda, and I'm going to look for her work and to see how that looks from my end. All right, so I'm looking for her name, and I'm going to select her document. All right, it's taking some time to load, but that's okay. All right, so here is the document now being loaded. All right, so I remember some of the corrections that I would have said to her. She had minutes of last meeting, and she had a full stop at the end. Matters arising, a full stop at the end. And I would have told her that she needed to remove the full stops. I remember saying that. All right, and here we have her adjusting this section. Now, there's still some corrections here. Election of and officers. All right. Right here, there needs to be a double space between that. All right. So she needs to make some correction there. But apart from that, any other business and Courtney pays the full name of the person. So that has been done. And that's how we will move back and forth as teacher and student. As from the student's perspective, you are able to see how you will go about analyzing your work once a teacher would have sent it to you, and how you go about resubmitting, right? So thank you for watching, and please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. See you in my next upload. Bye-bye.